And I just find it's hard to motivate yourself in the house. Like I began, like my manager would be messaging, like, oh, can you do this now? You interrupted my series on Netflix. Or like if someone was ringing, I'd be scrambling, trying to find the remote, like, oh my god, I need to turn this down.
I've been investigating the DVLA, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency, because it's been in crisis over the past couple of years during the pandemic. If you look online, if you speak to drivers who have tried to renew their licence in recent months, many have had huge problems. People are waiting far too long for their licences. Something's going very wrong there, so I've applied for a job as a call handler.
I'm hoping from the training that by being in the building, they will talk about the problems that have been going on at the DVLA and the reasons, because at the moment, we don't really know who to trust. So this is something that's affecting lots and lots of people in the country, and it's really important that we understand who to believe and to get a sense of what needs to be done to solve this problem.
The DVLA employs more than 6,000 staff. This is the main call centre in Swansea. It is usually full of its call handlers and loud with the noise of them, helping thousands of drivers every day with their licence applications and renewals. I was there in February 2022, and there were rows and rows of empty chairs and black screens. My training was taken by 3 of the DVLA's training managers. One of them, Courtney, explained how during the pandemic, the agency had built up a huge backlog of more than 1 million cases.
Why has it caused the backlog? Just because?
Reduced staff.
Right.
Because we've still, like, all of these, obviously free, all of theirs free. Although we can social distance, you're only allowed a certain amount of people in the building at any one time. So, even if that area was full, we still may not be able to fill that area down there, because then we would go over the head count. It's the same throughout DVLA.
With limits on numbers of staff on site, there have not been enough people to go through the 60,000 pieces of post that arrive every day quickly enough. Crates of posts have built up, including licence application and renewal forms and drivers' original ID documents. Some people have been unable to drive for more than a year, preventing them from working. Lorry drivers have also been affected, contributing to the nationwide crises over food and petrol supply.
And the problem that they made right at the beginning of the pandemic, the applications were coming in, they get loaded onto big trolleys. I don't know if you went round there yesterday. Did you see some big trolleys with like boxes on? They get loaded onto these big trolleys, but they put the oldest ones in the corner, which then filled up all the new ones outside on the outer skirt. They couldn't get to the old ones.
Managers said many DVLA staff had not been able to work from home properly or at all, because they had not been given remote access to the DVLA's main and very old-fashioned computer system.
Why couldn't you get onto D90 from home?
We weren't allowed them. It's only come in like in the last week.
Cross that one down.
Oh right, so everyone working from home just couldn't get on the system?
I think it started the end of December. We were having a day off a week if you couldn't work from home. Then you would just get given the day off as special leave.
Really?
As a paid day off.
They were doing like a week on and week off as well at one point. That was right at the beginning of the pandemic.
While at the DVLA, I discovered that on a typical day, just over 2,000 of more than 6,000 staff have been working on site. The majority have been at home or on days off. But with many unable to log on remotely, hundreds have done no work on full pay for significant periods of the pandemic. With so many staff at home, the backlogs have continued to build and drivers have become increasingly angry. During training, recruits were repeatedly told to tell drivers that they should expect to wait between 6 and 10 weeks for applications to be processed, even though hundreds of thousands of people have been waiting longer than this.
If it is sometimes taking longer than 10 weeks, or kind of often taking longer than 10 weeks now, wouldn't it be better just to be kind of honest about that?
Yeah, but the Minister for DVLA, so the actual person that's in Parliament that basically rules what we do, they won't let us change it.
The Public and Commercial Services Union, which represents staff at the DVLA, has argued that the offices have not been COVID safe. There have been 58 days of strikes over the issue, adding a reported 400,000 cases to the DVLA's backlog. In November, the union balloted its members for further strikes, but support had waned, so it could not go ahead. My experience was that the COVID rules at the DVLA's offices in Swansea were extremely strict. While drivers across the country remain in limbo, DVLA managers said there were no plans to make changes anytime soon.